What's up, wrestling fans? One of the biggest news stories that's kind of cycling around is that FTR has been removed from AEW and that Vince Russo is working with USA Network behind the scenes or consulting with them. It's funny. Everyone always consults with Vince Russo. Remember when TNA did it with Dixie Carter forever? All these alleged this, that, and the other thing. It's almost like history repeating itself again. And, some people think he's a liar. Other people think, that he has been this whole time. I don't know what he's been consulting USA Network with exactly. I mean, I wonder if maybe, USA Network feels that, their voice isn't being heard, or that USA Network uses him as an advocate to say, what do you think needs to change? And then they put it towards WWE while he's working the other side. But this is a real thing that's going on right now with Vince Russo as I expand the wrong screen. So we're going to have to talk about this because this is, and at this point, you'd rather the guy actually working in the company creatively, not working for USA Network behind the scenes, helping them with what they should be suggesting or not suggesting or negotiating with. You'd want him in the filter system. The problem is Vince McMahon is now gone, so that genius is gone. Can you imagine Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, but Triple H this time is the filter? I mean, I don't know. How would that work? Vince Russo says, I've been keeping a little secret for the last 2 years. I want to come clean, Russo says. I'm going to break the news to you on your show. And this was apparently on Sportskeeda. I have not said this publicly before, but from March pre-Mania, bro, it was right before Mania 2020 up until the past Mania 2022. So basically, bro, for 2 years, bro, I was consulting the USA Network, bro. For 2 years, the USA Network paid me very, very, very well. Russo contacted the vice president at the USA Network who was overseeing Raw. Russo revealed he knew who I was, called me back immediately, and we had a long discussion. So the first thing he did was he went directly to Vince McMahon. Russo elaborated further on his reason for coming clean nearly 2 years after taking the job. When it comes to numbers, when it comes to networks, I don't care if it's 99 or 2020. I know where they stand, Russo claimed. I knew what they were looking for. I know what's acceptable and what's unacceptable because I have communicated with them for 2 years straight. So don't tell me what the F I'm talking about, bro, when I'm working directly with the network. WWE Raw is on. So there you go. I know what that means. But, all it means to me, from based on what I've seen and anything I know and anything that's going on, all that I know it means is that Vince Russo got paid, which is good for him, He really deserves it for the creative years that he gave all of us. Man, I hope he's better off and he got a good paycheck for it. I don't know what they could have learned that could have helped them at all. I mean, I know what they could potentially learn that could maybe help them, but they're not going to listen to it, I don't think. At least the main product doesn't feel that way. Anyway, also, guys, make sure you hit the like button and go ahead and leave a super thanks down below if you'd like. I'll pin your super thanks to the top of this channel if you do that. FTR was removed from Fight Forever, the video game. Video game is getting decent reviews out of some of the gaming award shows and things like that. FTR was told they'd be in the game, and then they were removed. FTR made it as far as the model phase of the game, and they were removed from the game's roster by spring of 2022. A source reportedly told Fightful that they're being removed from the game. They were surprised and they were unhappy about it. The game would have come with a significant bonus to the wrestlers. Anybody in the game gets a bonus. So they lose out on that bonus, and they're not in the game. I'm sure that they're disappointed. I don't know about all these rumors out there that, they're just raging angry and they're just tearing apart the scenes backstage and this is it for them, and like those those type of goofy news stories out there. I bet they're really disappointed, and I bet number one it's because they're not in the game, and number two I'm sure it's the money is number two. I don't even think the money's number one. I don't know these guys from a hole in the wall. I don't really know who they are, but I bet that they're more disappointed that they're not in the game, which by the way is the complete reason why wrestling nowadays is not as big as it was back in the day. See, back in the day, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels and people like that, they would have been angry that they weren't in the game because they weren't getting paid. It would have been number one about the money. I'm the damn star. I should be making money. You're telling me I'm not going to make money in this? I'm not going to be in the game, so I'm not going to make money? Are you serious? That would have been back in the day. Nowadays, it's about the respect in being in a video game, number one, which is why people aren't legends anymore, you know? Not saying that that's a bad thing because it makes FTR kind of good people, right? I mean, it's like, I don't think it's about the money with them. I think it's about, you know, being in a game, the excitement of being in the first ever AEW video game and things like that. You know, I think that's number one for them. I think number two is, yeah, the payday, man. It would have been nice to get paid, you know. We took a pay cut to come over here in the first place. Any extra we could get would be nice. In fact, they may have been pitched that. They may have said, well, then listen, we got this video game coming. Everyone's going to get paid for that. You know, if you're in the game, you get paid. So, and, you know, they're like, well, okay, well, there's another. That's good. And now it's, oh, well, you're not in the game. So, you know, but again, it's part of what makes people not the stars of yesterday. And when will that ever come back? I don't know. But, you know, we'll see going forward. I'm still waiting on some ratings stuff to come out because I'd like to be able to talk about some of the ratings a little bit closer because they're actually interesting, right? The fact that WWE ratings they went up after SummerSlam and they've stayed at the 2 million mark. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. It's the first time, I believe it's the first time in 10 years or so that the rating has bumped up and then stayed there. Not that it's still good, because it's not good still. 2 million or 1.9 million if they go back down to that. Like, that's still not great, but what's good is that it did go up and that it stayed up. And also at the same time, AEW Dynamite ratings are up. Now, they were stuck at 900,000 and they broke 1 million the other day. And so that could be part of, because WWE. It could be part of the crossover. People are interested again right now. I don't know, summer vacation's over. But I don't think it's that. I think it's the whole situation with Vince McMahon and Triple H taking over and that interest, and that fan base is also crossing back over to AEW. So, you know, the ratings situation is really interesting. Where it's at and where it will go is something to watch. If WWE gets better and better, it's possible the rating stays and maybe even jumps up a little more. But if WWE, you know, sort of just continues on the way it is, I think eventually interest will drop off again, because it's not. I still am not happy with the product at all. Like, you know what I mean? I think WWE has seemingly moved from a 2-3 out of 10 product now to a 4 out of 10 product, to a 5 maybe. But you need to hit that 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 for me, which is what AEW has been. And, recently they've had struggles, but what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you tonight for the Monday Night Raw review. After Raw goes off the air, I will go on the air, and we'll be live as always. The longest-running post-WWE Raw live YouTube stream ever, The Joe Cronin Show. Thanks for being part of it. And, guys, leave your comments down below, please. And if you can, drop a super thanks. And if you're part of the Patreon, thank you. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And shout out to the $25 producers of Patreon, $25 and above. And the great SITH NEGAN with the record-breaking over 42 months or something like that. I got to look at the numbers. $100 a month. Unbelievable stuff. Thank you so much to everybody who's supporting, including the mega supporters. And we'll get that list going tomorrow again. I'll have it fixed now that my cocoa is over. I am feeling a little bit better. I got a little depression and tiredness, but that's probably from the being sick and everything. I'll get over it. Here's some other things popping up on your screen right now that you might have missed on my channel. Please watch them and continue to binge me. I'll see you tonight after Raw.